All right, if you saw my last video, I focused in on FOMO. Now I'm going to start with fear of loss. All right, and again, this is all practically implementable, and without this, you can't trade. I mean, it's just that simple. There's no way to make money without understanding this, either consciously or subconsciously, and working according to this. All right, basically traders have figured this out, whether they know it or not. In order to make money, you have to understand how this is working. Or one of the trades will trigger a series of losses, and you just won't be able to trade. Anyway, so let's go into fear of fear of loss. But I might break it up. So here's how it works. Remember this: fear of loss starts as soon as you are filled. As soon as your position is filled into the market, fear of loss starts. As soon as it fills, fear of loss starts. So we'll consider the entry at, let's say it's here. Let's say you entered short at 100. Your break even is 92, meaning you put the stop to 100, right? So you short 100, your initial stop is 104, and your break even is 92. All right? So you enter 100, got your initial stop at 104, break even 92, you're going to move that stop down to 100. Pretty straightforward. All right, so what happens is, when does fear of loss, it starts right when you enter the market. So let's say you have a short at 100. As price moves against you, the fear of loss starts increasing. It's not just the fear, it's an intensity of the fear of loss. The intensity of the fear of loss will start increasing as soon as it starts moving against you. All right, now between 100 and 104, we have 102. $102, right? $102. So you short 100. Fear of loss is kicking in as soon as it goes. It just starts kicking in. So when it gets to 102, between 102 to 104 is a point of max pain, meaning the intensity, fear of loss increases, intensity increases. Okay, so you just have to understand this. Very, very important. Okay, as soon as you get halfway, about halfway, say around 102, there's only 2 more points left for you to get stopped out. So fear of loss will intensify. I mean, it will intensify like it may cause you to do some dumb stuff. So usually what happens is, here you have stop, move, stop, or so fear of loss, move, stop. Fear of loss, move, stop, closer. The fear of loss, move, stop, further. Right? So first thing to note is that as soon as it breaks that 102, meaning halfway, your fear of loss is going to increase, and it can result typically in one of these 2 things. Either you're going to move the stop further away from 104 to like 105, or or even 104.50 like that, right? So you move the stop further away, all right, because you think that it may still work, or you don't want to change your opinion. You know, this is usually what happens. Or you'll move it closer, thinking I'm cutting my loss. Sometimes this is a good idea, sometimes a really bad idea, because certain markets have very deep retracements. So if you move it closer, you're going to get stopped out. And that's what's going to happen. Okay, so that's the point here that I'm trying to make. Fear of loss as you move stop further or move stop closer, as soon as you go halfway above the stop. All right, so you were short at 100, price goes to 102, fear of loss starting to intensify. As it starts to intensify, you're subject to one of these two. If you don't know what you're doing, right? Professional trader, you know, they're kind of used to it because it's like hundreds of trades again and again. So it's not that bad. The intensity of the fear of loss is not that bad. This will only magnify if you're oversized, meaning you took a big position, or don't have a lot of experience taking losses. Then there's a problem. These two things. You never want to oversize, because then the fear of loss, it just, you know, your body or your psychology goes into red alert mode. All right. So that's fear of loss move stop further and fear of loss move stop closer. Now, here's the funny part. Like as it moves above 102 or 102 and above, closer to 104, there's a lot of intensity, lot of fear of loss intensity. Okay, it increases, the fear increases. Now, as it reverses below 102, right? So you feel a sense of relief, and your fear of loss is there, but there's also a sense of hope. Hope that, you know, I might not get stopped out, because now it's working. The trade is now working, right? So here you have hope entering the mix, because it ran against you, but now it's coming back. Breakout traders, by the way, feel this a lot, because they buy the breakout, and when it tests or pulls back below, this fear of loss and then hope, when it gets back above the breakout area, it kicks in. Now here's the thing. This right here, the fear of loss above 102, and the hope, which goes right below 102, you know, in that zone between 100 to 102 is hope that it's coming back to your price and it may work. And then fear of loss going back and forth here. This is your emotional roller coaster. If you heard of like trading being an emotional roller coaster and all of the feelings and all of that, typically this happens when price, it doesn't happen when it's going in your favor. The roller coaster happens when price is going back and forth between being close to you getting stopped out and then coming back to your initial price entry short. So here, this is the emotional roller coaster right here. All right. So fear of loss as it goes up. Now a sense of relief and hope as it comes back down and you feel, oh, finally it's working. Then fear of loss as it goes back up. Then comes back down. Finally, this time it's going to work. Then fear of loss as price goes up closer to your stop. Again, spiking. Then it comes back down. That's your emotional roller coaster. Now, when you have an emotional roller coaster and then you get stopped out, oh boy, that can initiate tilt. All right, so emotional roller coaster plus painful outcome. I just put pain loss plus loss and well, this can equal tilt, or the increasing possible chance of tilt. If you go up and down like this, you're gonna short circuit. All right. This is when you short circuit. So fear of loss, hope. Fear of loss, it's not working. Oh fuck! Now come back down. Whew. Relax. Up and down like that. You go into the emotional roller coaster. So it's very important not to go into emotional roller coaster, or know how to at least know this is going on. If you know it's going on, or expect that this is a possibility in advance, you're more likely to accept whatever the outcome is, and maybe not even look at the screen and just let the outcome occur. Okay, so this is very critical. The emotional roller coaster right here. Fear of loss, hope. Okay, it's working now. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. So this is short circuit mode right here. The more it goes, the more chances you're going to mess up. All right. Okay, so now we've done that. All right, so now it truly starts working because you start making money. When the short starts working over here, where, you know, I hope I make money, right? That the hope goes from I don't lose money to making money. So instead of being in the negative, you're in the positive. You're short 100 and now it's at, say, 98. All right. Here again, the hope I make money. This is a very common. All right. Here, there's an entirely other series of issues. I don't want to get into it, but the problem is this range. All right. Meaning hope I don't lose money to hope I make money. This thing right here, getting in this range. Meaning, let's say it goes from 98, where you're short at 100, you're profitable. Then it goes to 102. Oh, now what? It messed with your expectations of making money. Okay? This right here is another emotional roller coaster. Okay? So this right here, going back and forth, let's say price goes to 98, then goes to 101, then goes to 98, then goes to 101. It's going to hurt really, really bad if it goes down here and you're profitable at 98 and then it goes all the way back to your stop. That is going to be the worst, the worst thing that can happen is when you're profitable and then you get stopped out. Because there's a lot of other emotions that come in, like regret and why didn't I do this and why didn't I do that. So you just have to make sure you're following that plan. All right, so this is the emotional roller coaster of hope. Okay, so this will continue until you hit that break even. It's not really that's hope. I don't know what to call it. Hope trade works. I guess hope trade works, or hope to break even. Right? Anyway, so this is the second emotional roller coaster. It goes up and down here, where I hope I make money, meaning price just needs to get to break even. And the other one, hope I don't lose money, is when it gets against you. So you're basically going from red to green, red to green, red to green, red to green, right? You're looking for the outcome to be green down to the break even, okay? If that goes here a lot and it goes back up here, it's going to be psychologically difficult. This is, I mean, I don't know what else to say. That's what happens. All right, so this is what's going on. Then when you're at break even, let's say you hit break even, right? Okay. When you hit break even, the fear of loss goes away. There's no more fear of loss. And hope is now complemented with something else, which is greed. All right, now that leads to this. When you get to break even, or even when you're close to it, what happens? Move target further. Okay? When you move target further, it's because of greed. All right? So you go to break even. All right. Now let's say you have one target. Okay, you had two targets. One was break even, and the other target was 88. But what happens? You move 88 down to 80. That right there is the error, and that right there is caused by greed. That right there is caused by greed. As soon as you go to break even, all right, now the second one, let's say prices goes to 89. You see it's going to hit your target at 88. What do? You move it to 80 because you want to make eight more points. So if you want to make 8 more points, you're going to move it to 80. Here, there's a lot of shit that goes on here. Right, but the cause of this is greed. Greed makes you push 80, the price from 88 to 80. Okay, so this is what you need to know. Fear of loss, right? At how it intensifies, and then how it decreases in its intensity, replaced by hope. Maybe I'll do it like this. It goes from fear to hope to greed. All right? So that's the cycle. Once you've entered the market, this is what's going on. So you have, if it moves 50% against the stop, fear of loss spiking. If it moves below 50% of the stop, hope increasing. And then if it moves past break even, greed increasing. So this is the fear to hope to greed. And you can let me just so greed basically triggers at break even, and when price gets to break even. Fear and hope, they are all around, from 50% of the stop to break even. All right. So now you know the ranges, and it's amazing how the prices themselves are causing these emotions. But that's what's going on. Anyway, you could take this, and if you're aware of this in advance, there's so much you can do, and you're not going to be, pulled by fear and greed. But whatever the case is, you need to know how to deal with this. All right, take care, bye.